Well, right now you probably have a lot of candy in your house, especially if you went trick-or-treating last night. Now, before you limit how much candy you consume, let's talk about the impacts. So we're going to turn now to Jillian Brooks. So sorry, our system is not working very well. Jillian, tell us about this.
Well, Claire, if you had a lot of sugar last night or you're seeing your kids' candy wrappers just starting to add up and you're feeling a little worried about how much you ate last night, I'm right there with you, but also it's okay. Now, a lot of sugar in the short term is not going to have long-term impacts, but it's good to monitor how much you're eating on a regular basis.
When we eat sugar, some of it turns to glucose, and our brains use up to 25% of that glucose to perform.
You know, I think especially for children, you know, in developing brains, it is essential that they have, you know, the nutrients that they need to develop, including good sources of glucose and sources of like sugars.
Dr. Sofia Biaz at UAB says in the short term, sugar also elevates your mood, but too much sugar regularly can have harmful impacts to your brain and body.
Usually during one time it should be okay, but then repeated consumption of a lot of sugar can dysregulate the system, and our body is not able to properly maintain homeostasis, which can lead to something like insulin resistance.
Now, sugar isn't always a candy bar. A piece of fruit is going to offer more nutrients while also getting in those benefits.
They don't have any nutrients, that kind of sugar, which then it doesn't it doesn't help the body signaling the brain that you're already full. So it takes the brain a little bit longer to realize that you have had enough.
If you're worried about excess candy in the house, keep it somewhere where the kids don't have access to it. Dr. Beas suggests saving the kids' favorite candy and finding ways to get rid of the rest.
Things that we're starting doing is to do a candy fairy. And then so, you know, so if they kind of collect the candy and then they leave it to the candy fairy, then the candy fairy, which is friends with the tooth fairy, it's going to collect the candy and give them a toy instead.
Now, as you talk to your kids about how much sugar they can have, be careful not to over-stigmatize food, as that can lead to the development of an eating disorder down the road. Claire?